Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got a special guest, Mr. Don McGuire and Mr. Sonny Grasso.
Yes. Which one is which?
Hey! Thank you. Too kind. You're too kind.
Thank you, everybody.
What's up, man?
Is this the true meaning of busting your balls?
Yes.
Yeah. The crowd's going crazy, man.
Sometimes he forgets. I go, oh, calm down. You know I like to bust your balls. He goes, yeah, I know.
What you don't know is he told me he really likes it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yo, Pink Panther, what's going on?
Is that why he put me on the bottom?
Yeah, you're in
I
the
knew
bottom, man. I didn't want to do a sandwich. We didn't want to do a Dom sandwich today. Dom sandwich.
Hey, look at
So,
those rings.
for the people that don't know who you are, do you want to give them a little rundown on who you are, and we'll get into some things?
Who, me or Sonny? Sonny's the famous one here.
I know he's in all types of roles,
look at
man.
my
His role just came on the movie, and
Yeah. I'll give him a quick rundown. We'll make it real quick. I've been in combat sports for 40 years. I started in boxing, started working with the mob when I came into boxing. And I think it was the greatest part of my learning process was being taught by the mob, because they walk in, they tell you you're a fucking fly, stay on the wall. If you don't, you're going to get drug out the back door. And really, yeah, it's pretty much the truth. But due to that, I just got my my 8th Hall of Fame and the National Boxing Hall of Fame. I went in with Evander Holyfield, Roy Jones Jr., Winky Wright, Marco Antonio Barrera, Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward, Diane Fisher, Samaya Anani, the one they did $1 Million Baby after.
Right.
Jacob Stitch Duran. I mean, the class was just phenomenal. They're calling it one of the greatest boxing National Hall of Fames in Hall of Fame history, because the class was just so extremely loaded. I'm the only photographer that's ever been inducted into the National Hall of Fame, which was a prestigious honor with me. But then, I'd like to thank the WBC, because the WBC doesn't give out anything. You really have to earn it with the WBC. And then I was given a Lifetime Achievement Award and a gold medallion by the WBC. So, I'll read what it says real quick on the back, because everybody always wants to know.
Yeah.
It says, now you're part of the WBC history. Your blood is green, your heart is gold. And it's basically saying you're part of the WBC family now, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And this one sits very near and dear to me because it happened before my induction. So this was pre-planned when I was actually inducted. So thanks to Mauricio Solomon and all the WBC family around the world, this really touched my heart, and
Sure.
people are wondering about my rings. This one right here was the one that put me in history as the most inducted combat sports photographer in the history of MMA. And then this is the one that put me in as the most inducted photographer in boxing history, which made me, they call me the greatest combat sports photographer in all of combat sports history. That's MMA, Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing, as we all know it, but I go back to, like I said, the mob. Everybody always wants to say bad things, but I'd protect my money too. So if I'm putting all these millions of dollars into an organization, I'm going to make sure that every dollar is accounted for. I'm going to make sure that everybody that works for me does their job. Everybody wants to always put a stigma on the mob, but if you really want to think about it, I really wish they ran the industry like they did today, like they used to and yesterday, because you wouldn't have all this bull crap, all these little whining sissies that don't want to fight. And, boxing's just not what it used to be. You go back to 78, 79, when you had Mathews Muhammad fighting Yaki Lopez. Go look that up on YouTube, and then that's a real fight.
Right.
What we have today is it's a joke, in my opinion. You got guys that don't.
It is a joke.
Yeah, you got guys that don't want to fight, but once every 3 years, you got guys that, hell, when I come up, most boxers would fight 4, 5, 6 times a month if they could,
Correct.
you know,
Yep.
and they didn't get paid $110 million a fight, you know, and these guys, they're entitled, they're spoiled. I'm not saying all of them are, but for the most part, this isn't the sport I grew up in. This
Mhm.
isn't the sport that I love. This isn't the sport that a true boxing aficionado would really say that they put their heart and soul behind. Because I don't like this YouTuber crap coming over into the boxing world.
Yeah.
You know, you got Jake Paul, my God, fighting Mike Tyson. It's now a legally sanctioned bout.
Right.
Mike Tyson's going to kill this boy. You know, people. I mean, he might be 58 years old, but bro, I'm 61. The last thing you lose is your power.
The last
mean,
thing.
so-
Right.
Yeah, it's the last thing. So, well, Jake Paul's going to have to realize that he might be picking his teeth out of his crap for the next month.
Yeah, he might be. And
I
he's
still
starting
got
to
a
talk
feeling
about
he-
his daughter now. He's starting to talk about Mike Tyson's deceased daughter.
Yeah.
It's you know what? It's all turning into the WWF.
Yeah.
That's the sad part about it. Now, you know, I've been involved in boxing as a spectator my whole life, and you know, all the names of the people that you went in with, I can remember, and I can remember sitting in front of the TV and cheering them on, or you know, even getting a pay-per-view when that came on. Now I don't want to watch anybody. I don't even know anybody, to be honest with you.
No. Well, I'll throw a name out there that you might know because he was really prevalent from 1949 to 1963 was Joey Giambra Sr., the uncrowned champion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a little bit of a sour story, but I'll tell it real quick. You know, he had a run in. Marilyn Monroe kind of had a thing for Joey Giambra, and at one of his fights that he won, her and Joe DiMaggio were in the crowd, and Marilyn was kind of, you know, rubbing up on him and brushed his manhood a little bit. It pissed Joe off.
Right.
You know, came to fisticuffs, and then Joe basically tried to put out a hit on Joey Giambra because he didn't like the situation. And basically, what had happened is they blackballed him. They told him if he didn't take a dive, he would never get a world title. So Joey never took a dive, so he never got a world title. So that's why they call him the uncrowned champion.
Because he would have been, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely would have been a world champion. You know, I guess you can blame Marilyn Monroe for that.
I'll be honest with you. Right now in my head, I'm blaming that bitch like you can't believe.
It's always the women that mess it up, right?
She took Joe DiMaggio down an unbelievable path that was, you know, disgusting and destructive, and he died. Still in love with her, still sending her roses every year, and nobody could talk about it. And anytime he went and sat in front of an audience or with a small group, he had three rules actually. He won't talk about Steinbrenner, he wouldn't talk about Sinatra, and nobody's allowed to bring up the name Marilyn Monroe. So that's terrible. But I remember reading about that story, and he did try to get a head taken out on him. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, Sonny, you understand, you know, it's like back in those days, you know, that's all it took was for a woman. You didn't even have to be a part of it, but a woman to come up and rub your manhood unintentionally. And the next thing you know, you got a hit out on you. You know, it's
right.
a little bit different, you know. So coming up in that era of boxing, you know, I was always taught the kids should be seen but not heard anyway, you know. And so it was second nature to me because I came out of military school, as you know, Staxx, and you know, it was a great job. I had an opportunity to make good money and be my own boss and not have to listen to anybody and just do what I love to do. And here we are 40 years later, and I'm still doing it.
Do you remember your first job? Can you walk us through your first time when they said, go be a photographer? Like, what was that like?
Well, this is the Crystal Cathedral in the United Kingdom. It was actually my first one was really kind of just like a club show, so I don't really want to talk about it. But the Frank Bruno card um,
Wow.
was huge. Was huge. You know, I'm not a I'm a transparent person. I was given a silver spoon in my mouth when I got an opportunity to step in boxing. I started in right at the top. Wasn't my plan? No, I was an engineer. It got offered to me, but they gave me a 3-fight deal. And they even bought me my first camera, as you know, Staxx. And it's like, to be what I got offered, I wasn't sure I was going to do it because I was making really good money as an engineer for the Hilton.
Right.
But, I went and I shot my first show. I liked it. Second show was a title fight at, the Crystal Cathedral in the United Kingdom. And I'm sitting there and Frank Bruno looks at me as he's walking out of his dressing room. And I mean, if looks could fucking kill, bro. It was probably one of the scariest moments of my career because I really didn't know the ins and outs of how boxing was back then. And, it's like next thing I know, I'm getting pushed into the wall by one of the bodyguards. But none of it bothered me because here I am on foreign land, shooting a sport that I love and most exhilarating feeling in the world.
Yeah.
And I came back and I knew that this is what I wanted to do, but I still didn't know if I had what it took. I only had one fight left on my contract. So I do the third fight of my contract and they come back and they told me that, not only did I live up to their expectations, but they wanted to sign me to a 10-year contract, a 10-year agreement.
Wow.
And I didn't because I knew that would limit me to one promotion. And at that time, it was weird lucky if we got one show a month, maybe two, 2 months in a row. Can't feed the family that way. We're talking back early 83, the beginning of 84. And, the creation of the NABF was about that time. So it wasn't really a lot happening on television or there was no pay-per-views back then and things of that nature just yet. And so it was like Tough Man, No Holds Barred, and other things, even the underground and bare knuckles started opening up. And I had to go where the money was. See, everybody thinks that my true love was Pride, the WEC, Bellator, the UFC. It wasn't. My true love has always been boxing, but when you have a family to feed, you go where the work is. And of course, 3 weeks, 4 weeks out of the month, sometimes I was getting offers from MMA. So the money for me was always better than MMA. It doesn't mean that my passion for boxing was gone because that's
right.
Once you're in the brotherhood, if you want to Staxx, you do a lot on, a lot of shows on the mob. And one thing I will say about boxing, it has that type of mentality, that type of mentorship.
It does.
It really does. And see, MMA doesn't have that. See, MMA, you could be a flash in the pan, you could be the greatest thing that ever hit it, but they're going to forget you. They're going to forget you come tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Boxing never forgets.
And they always help each other out.
Yeah.
Through
they really do.
Way before there was a boxing Hall of Fame.
So MMA is like really cutthroat, right?
It's it's really cutthroat, but that a lot of these guys today are a little entitled, and they think that everything should be handed to them, and they think that, I'm 9-0, I should be getting a title fight. I mean, get the hell out of here with that, bro. Even when well, in boxing, most people don't understand in boxing, you got to fight 20 to 22 times before you get your first real test.
Right.
That's your first test. MMA, in the early days, these guys used to fight 3 times a night, no time limits, for $1,000. Now you got these guys that are 6-0, 7-0, and 9-0, wanting a world title and wanting to be paid $250,000 a fight.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Fight.
Yeah, per fight. Yeah, it's like, get the hell out of here. I work in the bare knuckle industry now. I'm with BYB Extreme. And I used to run one of the biggest gyms in the country, in the world, Jackson Wink. And I got guys that come ask me about BYB. Say, man, can you give me $150,000 I was a pro in boxing. I said, man, I'm sorry, but boxing and bare knuckle are two different things. You're gonna have to start at the bottom just like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And if you win your first fight, we'll give you a 3-fight deal, and then we'll raise the money up each fight. But we're not just gonna drop 150 G's on you just because you think you're worth that.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. We just had Roberto Duran Jr., Roberto Duran's son, fight on the card the other night. He didn't get nowhere near that. If he's not going to get that, why should you? I remember when my boss brought him in, he said, tell him he's going to get paid. The pay is going to be just the same as everybody else's.
Right.
But you're starting off fresh, you get paid fresh. And I think that's fair.
That is very
Now,
fair.
if he was you go to boxing, then you're talking about a different pay scale because he's already, a champion in that regards in boxing. But you're coming over to a new sport, you're going to get treated not like a new fighter.
Sometimes maybe it's from the name. They want to get paid from the name,
Yeah, but you built that name somewhere else. They already profited off you. We haven't.
Right. Yeah. Right. Especially Duran Jr. I mean, there's a kid who probably wanted for nothing his whole life.
His own father doesn't even like him. He's not even his favorite kid, and I hate to say that, but it's the truth.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, there's a black sheep in every family.
Yeah.
And you can change the way you walk. You can do whatever you want. But if you don't have the respect of your father, then like I always say, then you must be quacking like a duck, because I know damn well my son will never treat me like he treated his father, and
yeah.
But then again, I come from an older era. I'm a lot older than people think I am. I'm 61 years old. In June, I'll be 62. When I came up, you get the shit slapped out of you just for looking crooked.
Or looking the wrong way. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes my father would come by and give me a shot in the arm where it would like be numb for like 2 years, it felt like. And I'd say, what was that for? And he'd say, just in case.
Yeah.
Okay. In case I'm not here to give it to you when you deserve it. Yeah, that's just in case.
Hey, Staxx, back in the day, I didn't live with my parents, but back in the day, most families, if one kid got their ass whooped, the rest would run and hide because they know they were going to get their ass whooped too, even if they didn't do anything. Because back then, mothers gave you ass whoopings for the future, or they remembered something you did 6 months ago, and they're just now giving you that ass whooping.
Yeah. Right. Go line up.
It's true. I let you slide in 7th grade. I don't care if you are married now. Bing.
I don't know how old you are, Staxx, but some of this younger generation, I think they get it, but then the other half just kind of throws me off. It's like, why I'm not allowed at Walmart. Here I am, an 8-time Hall of Famer, well regarded in my craft, considered to be one of the nicest guys in the industry, because if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember the lie, but I'm not allowed at Walmart because I believe God created man and woman. I don't believe he created anything else. And, it's like I told the dude at Walmart, yo, homeboy, your wig's crooked. And he said, that's ma'am. I said, nah, bro. I said, you're a dude with a wig on. I said, you just got a mental disorder. And, of course, I got in trouble for that. And the era where I come from, bro, we're not used to this.
No.
And you're not going to change us. You're not. I don't care what he, she, whatever they call them words. I don't give two craps.
Them is more than one, so I don't even get it. Like, it doesn't even make sense. I agree with you. Straight mental disorder. They need some counseling. It's just insane.
Early on.
People get offended too easy, thin skin. And
look, Femme Fatale just wrote, God doesn't make mistakes. That's
Amen.
It. That's it right there.
Amen. That's all there needs to be in a nutshell. I mean, because
I'm a little heavy, but I identify as skinny. I'm a trans slender.
I'm broke, but I identify as rich. I identify as wealthy.
I'm a trans slender.
Trans slender. If they ever fucking come after me, I'm gonna identify as the guy who got away.
Yeah.
what the
I
fuck they gonna do?
I just hope
I
there's a
mean,
lot of people wake up and try to like, bring it back to where it used to be, at least from where that goes. Otherwise, it's going to be nothing but, robots walking around.
well, bro, I miss the days of Yul Brynner, Charles Bronson,
John Wayne.
John Wayne.
A man's man.
You gotta be, man. You gotta be a man's man. I mean, half these people don't even know how to drink out of the frickin' water hose anymore. I mean, they don't
That's
even know what it means when the street lights come on, bro. Everybody knows that.
right. That light goes on, you better get your ass home.
Yeah, and the only thing electric from my day was something a woman used in the bedroom, not everything that people ride. I mean, fuck. It's an electric bike, electric scooter. I mean, then they wonder why the fucking world's so fat.
They have electric sneakers out now.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm not making that up.
It's
They're
insane
battery
how the
operated.
world is
They
going.
kick the heel and then they slide along on this motor. So they don't even have to walk anymore. It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
Yeah, if they ever come up with an electric wife, man, we're all screwed.
I think they got that now. So they banned you for life for that?
Yeah, bro. Well,
that was true.
That's a very, very true story.
Just put a wig on and go in there and say, I don't identify as Don anymore. I'm somebody else.
No, see, you got to understand, man. I come from military school and then a very strict religious background.
Yep.
And I don't care what the world thinks about me. I don't care what people think about my thoughts. I only got to answer to one man.
That's right.
And that's God.
That's right. That's right. Hey, 12 years of Catholic school, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, they could take away my money. They can take away my awards. But they can't take away the man I am. And my wife's grandfather in the military raised me quite well, bro. I've been in this industry for 40 years. People have tried to attack me. I'm still, now we're back.
There you go.
My pages are public. Everything I do is public. My show is public.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I always tell you, Staxx, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember the lie.
That's right.
And many will come to try to tear you down because they think they're going to come up on tearing you down on your game. And the best thing you could do is never respond back to it. Do I have people that protect me? Yeah. But I never respond to something that isn't true. See, one thing about me, I'm very humble. These Hall of Fames and those are accolades.
Mm-hmm.
Those are trinkets that are given to me because of what I've done in the sport. But that doesn't define me as a man.
No. As a photographer, it does.
Yeah, this is a character trait.
Right.
Because who I really am is a person that is very passionate about helping individuals. I'm very passionate about not seeing people go hungry, even my enemies. It's like, will I bust your balls? You better fucking believe it. I mean, I'm not here to be your best friend, but I'm not here to be your enemy either.
Correct.
But you come at me in a way that I find disrespectful. I mean, you're going to get a different version of me. And a lot of people that do business with me, they don't like doing business with me because I'm black and white.
Right.
And if I get up in your feelings, that's your problem. That's not mine. We're here doing business. I'm not here to be your buddy.
Right.
And, a lot of people nowadays, these skinny jean wearing, little gelled back hair people. They can't handle that. But I'm not gonna change who I am so I can fit in.
Right.
You know, I am who I am. The industry knows who I am. If I haven't showed who I am over 40 years, then it is what it is. But the greatest part about this is the fighters love me.
Oh, I bet
I
they do.
don't, yeah, well, I don't care if I take out a promotion. I don't care if I take out a commission, but it better be for the damn right reason. And I do it for a fighter. And my whole walk has been about giving to these fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Staxx knows this, but a lot of people don't. My whole career, I've only taken what I needed to put a roof over my family's head and feed them. I gave everything else back to the sport. You know, I'm always looking for that kid in Missoula, Montana, or wherever the hell under a rock, and because I want to find the kids that can't be found.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give them opportunities. See, and being a photographer and having a radio show and doing the things that I've done, that's great because it puts me out there in the public eye. But I'm the one that's really blessed because I'm the one that gets to live my dream and find, like I said earlier, the unseen, the ones that people aren't looking for, because I was there. I was given an opportunity. And 40 years later, look at where I'm at now.
Right.
Why shouldn't I give back and find somebody on my walk
Mm-hmm.
to give the same opportunity that I was given?
God bless you.
See,
That's the way to live.
well, it's the truth. But see, here's even one further that people will not understand. I'm training this kid named Nate Wren. He's 33 years old. I've been training him for 7 years. He goes in his first Hall of Fame this month. He goes in his second Hall of Fame in September.
Ooh.
I told this kid, I want you to surpass me. And he said, why do you want me to surpass you? Because if you don't, then I didn't do my job, bro.
That's right.
And I want to see you succeed. And a lot of people say, why would you do that? Well, because no matter what, I'll always be first. But the reason we're here, and if we truly love what we do, then we're going to share it. But we're going to share it with the right person.
And that's your true legacy right there.
Amen, brother. It really is.
It is.
You know, I'm glad you asked for him to come on the show tonight, Staxx. You know.
Yeah, man.
See,
I really like him.
3 times a week. You know,
even though he's got a fucking afro, man, that I just can't get over.
Yo, how different is the business from when you first started until you retired? How different is the business that you've been doing?
The business went from being, honestly, like I said, you walked a straight line, you were good. You know, you kept your mouth shut, you were good. And, the pay's better today, but the loyalty's not.
Correct.
And that's what I miss the most. You fucker. I miss the loyalty, Sometimes the loyalty means more than a $5,000. I'd take a $3,000 payday compared to a $5,000 payday if there's loyalty involved any day of the week.
Right.
I mean, people called me a scab at one time in my career. And you know what? You could anybody can call me what the fuck they want to call me, but I'd find out about a fight. I'd call the promotion up and I say, "What are you paying for the fight?" "Well, $4,500. I'll say, "I'll take $3,400. You pay me in cash." The minute I walk in, and they're like, "Bet." And people go, "Well, man, you're a fucking scab." No, I'm a smart man.
Yeah, they hired you, right?
Well, they already knew what they were going to get from me. Did I take an $1,100 cut? Yeah. But they're also looking at 5 people. So I narrowed it down from 5 people to one person, just like that. Right. So I'll take $1,000 cut because my family ate that month. See, it's not being a scab. It's called being a shrewd businessman.
And you
Because
develop loyalty.
Yeah. But see, people got to understand too. You go back to 2010, 2011, we switched from 35 millimeter to SLR. Okay. When digital came out, I had to reinvent myself because all I knew was 35 millimeter. The people I had to reinvent myself that I was going against already went through 2 years of college. They already knew how these cameras were inside out, sideways, up, down. I didn't.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna bullshit you. I had 4 hours to shoot a fight. I didn't even own a digital camera. Excuse me. And I went to Lawrence Photography, and I told them, "Hey man, I need a camera. I'm gonna buy a camera, but I need you to take me in the back, and I need to make." I said, "I need to make hard balls. Stop in the middle of there. I need to be able to make. If you swung a bat, I need it to stop without no blur." I said, "And I only got X amount of hours. How much you gonna charge me?" And they told me, right. And we went in the back. I had maybe 30 minutes to get to the show.
Ooh.
After we had the camera dialed in. And I got there, and I tell you what, I didn't touch a setting. I knew if I hit something, I was screwed.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, that was probably one of the best, because I'm honest, that was probably one of the best MMA nights I had, and I didn't even know what the hell I was doing.
Who do you think that was?
Yeah, well, it had to be God, bro. But it's like, I'm honest with what I do. And me and Staxx, we have several mutual friends, and it's like people say, "Don, you're bullshitting," but I'm just being honest. It took me a while to get where I'm at in the digital world, and it still even amazes me because they even hire us because they have the capability of pulling a picture, video, and they've had that capability for years. And now that you've got AI, I mean, I don't, unless it's the heart, the human conception of what, because I put a piece of me in every bit of work that I do. And I can't speak for everybody, because to me, if you don't put some love into everything you do, then it's just another picture.
Mm-hmm.
I put a part of me in my work, and that's what I'm famous for. And I still don't see what everybody sees.
Right.
They say I'm the greatest combat sports photographer in the history of combat sports, boxing, MMA, and everything. Ask me, am I? No. I could name 10 individuals that in my heart that I feel can just mop the floor, just smoke me. But that's my perception. That's where it gets really weird for me, because I'm really just a straight humble dude.
Yeah.
Well,
it shows.
And I'll be honest with you, most of my career, other than boxing, most of my career was just a job. I just love the fighters.
Yeah.
It's, man, being an unwanted kid and then having this man teach you every value that could possibly be spot on. He molded me into the man I am today. I know you don't know me, but Staxx knows this. I was homeless, and this dude gave me a chance. And then 3 months after working for me, he said, "No, go get cleaned up. You're gonna come home and eat dinner with me." Now, okay, and that's what I met his granddaughter, and we've been together for 43 years. I just celebrated my 39th wedding anniversary with her.
Wow, congratulations.
And we have a 38-year-old son, but that's God. My whole life has been God, bro.
Yep.
Am I an asshole? Yeah. Am I one of the coolest people that you probably ever get an opportunity to meet? Depends on how you perceive life. I'm not going to bullshit you, and I don't want you to bullshit me. To me, life's too short. I've been through, well, May 24th will be my 254th surgery.
Wow.
My walk isn't about me anymore. It hasn't been about me.
That's an actual number.
Yeah.
254.
This will be my 254th surgery.
I better stop bitching about what I've been going through. Fuck that. Wow.
Hey, man. Everybody's struggle is different, though, bro. Everybody's struggle is different. And see, like I said in my Hall of Fame induction speech, I don't want anybody to feel pity for me. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me when I don't feel sorry for myself.
Correct.
I said, I'm not handicapped. I'm handy-capable.
Beautiful.
And
Beautiful.
well, fuck, half my career, 17 years, I shot on one fucking leg. So it's like, if I didn't love it, why in the hell was I here?
Yeah.
Yeah, but so when before your leg got taken,
Yeah.
when your leg got taken, did you feel like your career was going to be over?
Man, that's a deep question. And I know the reason you asked it because you know me. God, that's a damn good question.
Yeah, it is.
I knew my career wasn't over. I just hadn't figured how I was going to make my return. I was coming back. Because, see, the doctors told me I couldn't, and I wasn't. You don't want to tell me that.
No.
The best thing you can do is tell me I can't. I'm not going to be able, because I will.
Correct.
And when, the only thing that made me take the year and a half off was I knew when I came back that I had to come back without a physical limp. I had to walk. Now, I was below the knee amputee at this time, so I had to walk where you didn't realize I was an amputee. It took me a year and a half to get there. That was pretty hard considering that my other foot, the only place I feel is very back of the hill. So it was pretty rough, but I did it. And I think that's when everybody's seen
Who you are.
what I'm still waiting to see in my own work.
Right.
Because the world fell in love with me, and I'm still wondering why. But like Stitch Duran and others have said, you look at a piece of Don McGuire's work and you put it next to somebody else's. Don's tells a story, not just a story, but multiple stories. And, we're our harshest critics. Do I think I'm the best? No. Does the sport say I'm the best? It's what they say.
Yeah.
Do they call me a living legend? Yeah, but I don't agree with that. But I also have to respect the sport and understand that when you get in, I'm not in a regional or local Hall of Fame. I'm in global, international, and national. And when you're at this level, you have to pay respect back to the sport. And if the sport says you're something, who are you to disagree with the sport?
Absolutely. You take it and run with it. Stitch said the same thing. Almost the same thing you just said. When we had
me and Stitch are the Cheech and Chong of MMA. Me and Stitch
I can see that.
We've been together forever, bro. We both got inducted into the same Hall of Fame 2 weekends ago.
Is that right?
I got a picture somewhere. Hold on, let me find it. Mark Coleman.
Mike Jinx.
Oh man. That's a great
Matthews.
picture.
Yaki Lopez.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Ruben Olivares.
where was
Eva
that?
D. That's at my Hall of Fame induction.
Oh, okay. Wow, there's some
There
big
he
names.
is.
There he is.
Yeah,
Stitch got inducted the same time I did.
Oh, that's great.
Don's the reason how I met Stitch. Like I was
Is that
able
right?
to yeah. Shout out to Stitch, man. Great guy.
Yeah, he is. He's cool, dude.
Hey man, he got a new cannabis line coming out too, man. Y'all got to keep your eyes open for it. I'm not gonna say on here because I don't want to get in trouble for copyright or any sales tactics or whatever the hell they want to get on you. But from the man himself, Stitch, the product is coming soon.
He mentioned that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on
Any
Yeah.
of your pictures win major awards?
What's that?
Any of your pictures make major awards? Did they win any major awards?
A few.
Yeah,
I'm being sarcastic, bro.
I
To
know
be
you
quite
are.
honest.
I want to hear the number.
I don't know an exact number. You know, see, I'm one of the most. I've captured the most iconic some of the memories of this sport, but I've been here for 40 years.
Right.
Am I the most published? Yeah, but I've been here for 40 years. If I'm not where I'm at now, then why am I here?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's hard to say on a podcast. It's like I said, man, it's like I see myself in these fighters. And you being from a generation that understands me. You know what it's like not to have a dime in your pocket, not to have a dollar in your pocket, not to be able to buy your old lady, a soda pop or an ice cream cone when you're out back in our days. So it's like this sport for me it's not about money. It's not about fame.
About
It's not
keeping your head
about
above the water.
fortune. It's nah. I'll take out a promotion for disrespecting fighters. And I'll tell you a story. It's already public anyway. Bare knuckle fighting championships, Dave Feldman.
Mm-hmm.
I had him on my show because of a situation that pertained to death of a fighter and 22 fighters getting suspended. And I called him. I basically said, "You got until Tuesday to come on my show. If you're not on my show, I'm gonna rip your nuts off." I mean, that's the honest to God's truth. But he was a man of his word, and he came on my show that Tuesday. I'll be honest with you. I interviewed him. He said, man, he wanted me to come out to his event, possibly be part of his company. At the end of this interview, he impressed me. Kind of, I don't know why something just seemed different about it. So I said, let's go check this out. So I went down there. What I saw with the company was unprofessional. The commissioner for the state of Mississippi had came to me, told me of some issues. Excuse me. I witnessed a couple issues. And when I came home, I filed a grievance with the Mississippi State Athletic Commission. And 4 days later, Dave Feldman sold to Triller.
Mm-hmm.
He was no longer the owner of BKFC, sold to Triller, and which now Conor McGregor owns part of. But
right,
people say, well, Don, why don't you continue to go after Feldman? I would be an ass if I went after Feldman. The only thing that bothered me was what he was paying the fighters and the canceled flights and things of that nature. and fighters getting suspended without pay. Other than that, I don't have an issue with the man.
Right.
You know, that's the only reason I took him to the commission was just to make things right. Did I know he was going to sell 4 days later? No, but at the same time, Dave Feldman knows that I've went after bigger people than him. Let's just we'll just leave it there. I mean, because the fighters are the ones who put the food on my table, and so are the fans.
Well, I was just gonna say you weren't doing this for yourself.
No, it's never been about me.
You were doing it for the fighters. You know, no health insurance. I don't even know if they have it yet today. But I remember the fight during the 70s. I don't think they do.
No,
they don't.
So you have to go out and get your own, and then sometimes you're turned down. Well, what do you do for a living? Well, I'm a prize fighter. Oh, I just showed my age. I said prize fighter. Oh no, we can't give you any insurance. It's too volatile. The risk is too high, and it's horrible. But these are the same fucks that'll be sitting at ringside in their $400 or $2,000 seats now, you know, cheering whoever they wanted to win on, you know, and then they'll hit their friend next to him. See that guy there? He wanted insurance. I didn't give it to him. You know,
you've been around a lot of fighters throughout your career, and do you have any stories with the fighters that you can tell us that really stand out in your mind through your time coming up in the sport? Like maybe anything that really stands out.
Well,
Frank Bruno.
Yeah, but there's oh man, this is kind of real, man. You on fire tonight, bro. No, you just
because it's hard for you to pick one out, right?
No, it's really not. Art One Glove Jimerson from UFC 1 fought Hoist Gracie. A great man, a godly man.
A man who touched your heart, I can see.
Oh yeah. Well, been on my show. The day of my induction, this is so freaking weird. The day of my induction, the 28th of April, right before I'm getting ready to leave, I'm still getting dressed. Art One Glove Jimerson calls me. And he's excited. And we have this great conversation. And it's like, I've always loved One Glove. And he tells me how proud he is of me. And it's like, it's blowing my mind because, you know, it's like, here's this legend that came from boxing, was the first true crossover into MMA. And he's calling to congratulate me and bless me. But it was weird, though, because he says, hey, bro, I put something in your text. He said, I want you to read it. I want you to listen to it, share it with your family. And I didn't really, you know, take too much because everything was going on. You know, I didn't take it in. And then a couple of days later, after I get home, he calls me and asks me, did I get a chance to listen to this? And I said, no, but I will. 2 days later, he was gone.
I knew you were going to say that. Shit.
And bro, I'm probably the last person that brother even talked to. And it's like, that's the hardest part about not just life, but when you're in an industry for so long, you meet people, then you become acquaintances, and some you become friends with, and some you become, you know, paisans or however you want to, you know, and then there's those that make it into your core.
Right.
And Art Jimerson was one of them individuals, man. And see, when you get to where I'm at in this industry, people hate you just to hate you, bro. It's envy. You know, there's true meaning to it. It's lonely at the top, especially when you don't even want to be at the top.
Oh yeah.
I
Right.
I don't want to, bro. I did what I did as a job to feed my family. Was it a love and a passion of mine? Oh, you fucking bet you. When it came to boxing, that was my heart. That was my heart and soul.
Right.
You know, I grew to love MMA. I love bare knuckle boxing. I love Muay Thai, and I'm just a different kind of a person. But at the end of the day, it's all about the fighters, no matter what genre.
Right.
See, it's like, bro, like I was saying, it'll all come together at the end. My whole life has been public. It's always been public,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to remain public. Because when you're an honest man, you don't have to worry about nothing.
Or want for nothing, because you already have
No.
it inside of you. That's
Yeah.
right.
Staxx is up here learning because he's like, oh wait a minute, I let these old two motherfuckers on my show. Yeah, I'm about ready to fucking give them both Geritol.
Yeah.
You know?
You
Fucking
guys didn't
Centrum
take your
Silver.
you guys didn't take your night meds yet, right?
How long ago did you lose your leg?
17 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm good with it, man. You
Yeah.
know what? When you find it, will you please return it?
Yeah,
I
what did they
fucking
do
need
with
it.
what did they do with it?
They probably fucking ate it, man. I don't fucking know.
Oh, don't say that. And then he's got a picture of the guy eating the leg.
Oh
Put
yeah,
that picture up.
No, I can't do that.
Oh
on
my
YouTube.
God.
No, not with me on, bro.
The sick fuck. Oh my God. Where he
Hey,
found it, but he supposedly found it in the garbage and he's on the side of the road and he's chewing on it.
oh,
No, that was real. That was
That was real. Yeah.
The guy
LA.
was having like a manic episode. He's running on the street with, I think, a leg or an arm or something. He's
It was in
chewing.
LA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. With that, whatever that drug
Wow.
is. But yeah. My high says pals, Billy the Kid. Yeah.
Mile High, what's up, man? Yeah, you remind me of Stitch so much, man. You guys have the same type of energy, like the same type of vibe. Like you guys just care about the fighters. You don't care about no other bullshit. Your focus is on taking care of the next generation that are coming up in the sport.
Absolutely,
That's what it's
brother.
about.
Neither one of them are reaching for the glory ring. That's not them, right?
No.
Nah, it never has been, never will
No.
be, man. You can't, man. I can't. I'll just put it this way: I can't be bought. Like, you know, I'm rolling with the Mosley Foundation of Love with Sugar Shane Mosley. We're trying to put together a camp for the June 16th through the 17th in Pomona, California.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know,
I was
we're
a big
little,
fan of his. Big fan.
oh yeah, I was just inducted with him, but you know, we're trying to put this together for, you know, troubled youth and youth that can't afford training, and there's a lot to it, man. That's what I said. You know, me just taking pictures and doing radio, it's just a piece of what I do. This is, you know, with the Mosley Foundation, this is what I care about.
Mm-hmm.
This is my heart and soul, because if we can pull off this 15 grand that we need to, you know, before June 15th or whatever it is, then the kids win, you know, and that's what it's about.
Oh, do you got a link you can drop us? We can put it on our social media pages.
Yeah, I'll get it to Staxx.
Okay.
See, when I was just on the Los Angeles Tribune television show, so they asked me what charities, and I said, you know what, right now it's just one charity. because it's like when you really want to see something come true, because our country, our world, it'll never be the same, but it doesn't mean we have to change.
Yeah.
And
No, we can
our
try to
success,
initiate change
yeah, but you know what? Our successes are nothing if we don't give back to the community,
without a doubt.
and that's why I'm different than a lot of people, man. I'm no better than you. I'm no better than Staxx. I mean, everybody's all on this, you know, who's bigger than who. Man, you know what? Let's all crack bread, eat bread at the same table.
That's right.
Nobody's in front of you in front of you, nobody's behind you.
I'll cook.
We're side by side or what?
You sing, Sonny. You
That's
can
right.
sing. Yeah, serenade us.
but you feel what I'm saying, bro? It's like
I do. Absolutely. He knows. I do a thing on Facebook. It's called, I've been doing it for 13 years now, I think. 14 years, sorry. And it's called The Thought for the Day. And that's what it is. I put up a different thought every day, 7 days a week for 14 fucking years. I've been doing
And he's
it.
like, how the hell am I going to get this done? I can't think of a thought every day.
And that's what it is. Just telling people about giving back, that on our own, one person can make a difference. Yeah. But all of us together, what a difference we could make. I don't care if you're praying to Buddha or this one or that one or whatever it is. If you have a God that you believe in that's teaching you to love, respect, and take care of your neighbor, continue, because we're all doing the same thing. But if
I
you
support everyone except them rats out there.
except for the rats, yeah.
Except the no good rats, they could
Right.
stay over there, and I'll help everyone else.
We're gonna change them too. And
Yeah,
I've gotten a lot of letters and a lot of feedback from people saying that my little silly humble thoughts for the day stopped them from killing himself, showed it to their husband who was thinking of killing himself, and now I'm like, wow,
you
that's
can't
I'm
talk like
sorry,
that on YouTube.
unaliving themselves.
Yeah,
I forgot we're on YouTube, but yeah, so I think we can make a difference, all of us. Instead of pulling in all different directions, well, I'm for this guy, I'm for that girl, I'm for this country, I'm for that country, because the people that are supposed to be watching over us, they're not watching over us. They've given up on us a long time ago. They're in I call it the opera part of their lives, the me. That's all they're doing, and we're catching the crap for it. So if that doesn't bring us together, then we're doomed. Correct?
yeah, you know what? I could say it this way because I know where we're streaming.
Oh yeah.
For years ago, I ran one of the biggest political shows, in the world out of Canada.
Oh, is
And
that right?
oh yeah. And it's like for people like me, I can't address. I have my views. As Stax knows, I really used to make a broad statement on social media, but I can't be that person anymore. Yeah. See, it's like everybody thinks I don't have a thought process or whatever. It's not that. See, man, like I said at the beginning of the day, it's all about the kids for me. I have a view. Facebook and everybody else just doesn't agree with me, and But if I say what I really say, then it takes away from the true sport and the individuals that I can really change your life. And is a joke or my thought really worth not changing somebody's life? And I would rather change somebody's life than, you know, share my political or my life belief. And it's kind of hard sometimes, man, but you got to think about the bigger picture. It's
Oh,
never about
you got your priorities in order. So I get that big
yeah,
time.
yeah.
And most of those people are coming from the same background. Some of them are want to come up and become a boxer to try to grab some of the big money, but most of them just want to be seen. They want to be known. They want to make something of themselves that they themselves can be proud of. And you say some of the people they're not seen because there are a lot of people don't want to see them. You know, they'll see them out of the corner of their eye, but they'll keep walking because they don't want to get involved.
Because they don't have 100,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Listen to this. You want to hear something wild? Because I just started getting into acting. I was in my second movie recently, and they said that you can't even get a role in a major production unless you have 100,000 followers or more. Now, if that's how they're going to do their audition process, then the people with talent aren't going to get anywhere if they don't have 100,000 followers.
Correct.
It doesn't make sense.
Yep. They're already thinking ahead of the movie being done, post-production, and then sending it out and how they're going to get their money back. That's it.
It's crazy.
That's another business.
Staxx, you want to know how to get rich, bro?
Huh.
You never even have to show your face. All you do is take a bunch of pictures of your feet and start.
I swear to God, it's the truth. That's sick.
Hey, bro, and start an OnlyFans page.
Yeah.
And give it a woman's name and just post your feet, bro. Watch how many people subscribe.
It's amazing. But those people are the devil's army that are.
Why? Do you do that, Don?
No, I don't.
But he's telling the truth. It's ridiculous.
He's only got 1 foot though. So.
Well, then he makes half the money. Big deal.
Yeah, he makes half the money.
There you go. Oh, I like that. You know. Oh my God, that was pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh man, yo, when you buy shoes, I'm just saying. Do you say I'll just take the display? Because you don't need to buy both, right?
See, now you know why our numbers are climbing, because we're out of our fucking mind. That's right.
Yeah, we are. I'm gonna try that OnlyFans thing though. Really.
Well, first let us see your feet,
because you two ain't done it for me.
Some people have Jurassic Park feet.
Hammer toes.
Fritos corn chip nails.
Those, hey, bro, them Pakistanis, the Middle Easterners, they don't care, bro. Them Chinese dudes, man, they be all up on it. $150. Let me see. Armpit.
You walk through the street, they're like stirring it with their feet. Food.
Right? Yeah.
Do you see those street vendors?
Yeah.
It's insane, man.
Yeah.
So what's in store for the future for you, Don? What do you got planned in the future? You got anything besides this charity that you're gonna be sharing?
Oh,
TV series, documentary.
Oh, he's all TV. Yeah, we're putting a book together in the works right now.
Oh, good.
Me and the same gentleman that wrote Jerry Cooney's book. Me and him are friends. We're working together on that. Another friend of mine who did From the Cage and Beyond, or Beyond the Cage.
Beyond the Cage, yeah.
Yeah, he was just at my Hall of Fame with me. We've since talked about doing a documentary format of, my life. It's all kind of just a buzz right now, because honestly, most people, there's levels to this crap, and the National Boxing Hall of Fame is the second most prestigious Hall of Fame in the world. And look at the class I went in with.
That's amazing.
It's just like, it's humbling, and however you look at it, I'm graced. I'm blessed for where I'm at in life. Bro, there's hundreds of thousands of photographers, and I'm one of the first photographers to go into the National Boxing Hall of Fame.
Right.
And that just blows my mind.
So you
And
open
with
the gate, you open the doorway for other people to be into that same space.
dude, with this class though, I mean, this.
I know.
No,
You
I mean,
got all these legends, like
run those
really.
names again because it
Yeah,
was
run some names that you were in the class with.
that was
that
amazing.
Okay, well, Evander Holyfield, Roy Jones Jr.,
Yes.
Winky Wright, Marco Antonio Barrera, Mickey Ward, Arturo Gotti, Eddie Futch,
Did you say Arturo Gotti winning?
yeah,
Oh, no
uh,
kidding.
Sumaya Nani, Stephen Blair, WBC referee, Bill Clancy, WBC referee. I mean, for both of them.
Bill Clancy was my favorite.
Clancy, that's my brother. Who else? Oh my God, Bernardo Osuna. Who else went in? Shiver Shane Mosley.
Mosley.
Man, it goes on and on and on.
That's
it
all
was
in
an
the same
experience.
class.
Yeah, one
Right?
Yeah, they
class.
were all there. That's big
Oh
banquet,
my
right?
God.
Yeah, it was incredible.
That's
Muhammad
amazing.
Ali's wife presented you with a award.
No,
Right?
that was Bill Clancy.
Oh,
I got an award from the WBC, but I just did a show with Mom Ali, and we're going to be
yeah.
talking about some stuff real soon.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
You gotta do me a favor, you'll remember this. I'll make sure that Staxx sends it to you, but ask her if the poem that I wrote for Muhammad Ali is still hanging on the wall in Kentucky. See if she remembers.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. So what happened was he
Uh,
was getting a outstanding athlete of the century award, and I bodyguarded him for 3 days. I spent 3 days and nights with him, Howard Bingham, his sister, and somebody else. I don't remember who. And it was the 3 of the best days of my life because I got to see, like you're saying, I got to see who he really was, the heart that he had. He didn't want to hang out with the suits. He wanted to hang out with the people. He made me take him into the kitchen where they were cooking all the food, and he shadow boxed with them probably for 2.5 hours before he came out, you know? And that's the type of guy he was. And they know the story here that one day I was wearing a Betty Boop tie. It was the last day before Dick Shaw presented him with the awards, and Leroy Neiman was there with a big, gigantic painting that he made of him, and so Howard Bingham says to me at the end of the night as I'm walking in, I don't know how to ask this except straight out. I say, yeah, go ahead. He goes, Muhammad wants your tie, and I went, my Betty Boop tie? He goes, yeah. Yeah. I took it off here, give it to him. You know, he said, thank you very much. And then we're saying goodnight. And then he comes out and he goes, do you need anything? I said, well, I did bring a glove if you could sign that. So he goes, all right, hold on. I'm standing out in the hallway in the door. He goes in and closes the door. The door opens and it's Muhammad Ali. And he goes like this, shakes his head no and closes the door. So I go, fuck. All right. Oh, well. So I start walking down the hallway. I remembered I left my bag inside. So I go back in. I knock on the door. Howard Bingham opens up. I said, look, I hate to bother that, but I left my bag inside. He goes, oh, yeah, we found it. They give me the bag. I say, thank you very much. And I leave. And I opened the bag and he had signed the glove. And I turned around like to go back and say thank you. And he's sticking his head out like this. And he goes like this. That's Muhammad Ali right there. So it was the best 3 days I ever had in my life.
He's a tremendous individual.
Yeah. He did go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead, sir.
I just when he first got there for the first night, the cocktail hour, it it was like, I don't know, maybe 40 people. That was it. And they paid big bucks, like 5,000 a plate just to be there. But all the stuffed shirt kind of people. So when they walked in, everybody was like, oh, here he's here. And da, da, da. So Howard Bingham says, everybody, could you all come around here before we sit down and enjoy the evening? You all know that Muhammad Ali is going through this ugly disease, and he's been working on ways of sharpening his mind. And he's really into telekinesis, where he can use his mind like to levitate things. So, we're all looking at each other like, oh. He goes, so what he's going to do is we want you all to stand in a circle, and he's going to put his briefcase in the middle of the room. And he just asks you to join along with him, stare at the briefcase, and in your mind, help him get that thing to lift up. So everybody joined hands, which we did. And, because that's how much everybody believes in this guy, that he can do anything. So we're standing there, we're holding hands, and he was on the count of 3. They do 3, and he's staring at it like this. And, we're all doing it too. And Howard Bingham says, wait, you're all not, all of you aren't doing it. It's not going to work if you don't do it. Believe me, we've done this before. We do it again. Trying. Let's go. And Muhammad Ali looks up and he goes, man, you white people will believe anything, won't you? He made such assholes out of us. But it was also a tribute to how much we believed he was going to be able to do it, And he grabbed the suitcase and went and sat down, and he didn't stay long because it was the suits. But we did it. We were holding hands, staring at that thing, and didn't move.
Oh man, this has been fun. This has been fun, Staxx.
Absolutely. We'll do it again soon. We'll have you and Stitch on. What was I calling him today? Sticks. I don't know where that came from.
Sticks.
He's going Stitch. I go, yeah, Sticks. He goes, Stitch. I went, oh shit, yeah.
He goes, I thought it would stick, because
like
they use the
sticks that they use when they're trying to,
for the fucking Vaseline and shit.
But
no.
But isn't this cannabis stuff like called Twisted Sticks or something like that?
Yeah. I've heard of that.
I don't know.
Twisted Sticks. Yeah, they're like cannabis pretzels.
I'm not sure, man. Hey, don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. Hey, but Staxx, man, you killing it every time, homie.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm glad you asked me to come on too.
Yeah, you're welcome back here anytime. You know that.
Yeah.
This is fun. I mean, I could be doing a show of my own, but it's like this time I just decided, I'm gonna chill with some homies.
Yeah, great. That door's always open for you, brother.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. This has been fun.
Yeah, definitely. Send me that stuff so I can share it out and we can try to help you get to that goal of 15.
Yeah, the links to raise some money. Absolutely.
I think it's www.Mosley, all one word, Mosley Foundation of Love.com.
Mosley's Foundation of Love?
Yeah. .com and www.mosleyfoundationoflove.com. And I'll get it.
I got it. I got it right here. It's .org.
.org.
Foundationoflove.org. Here, I'll share the link in the chat right now if you guys want to check it out.
The man, you are on it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mahai.
Yeah,
there it is.
Appreciate it, homie.
Nice.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And I look forward to seeing where you go in the future and the things you got planned. And you're welcome back here anytime.
And where do you go home?
Where the house is? Springfield, Missouri.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I love it. I'm in the belt buckle of the United States. God bless America.
There you go. There you go.
The belt buckle.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Midwest is the best place to be, bro.
Is there a lot of tornadoes out there recently?
North and south of me, but not directly at me. Not so far. Thank God. Knock on wood.
Exactly.
It's been a crazy couple of years. It's been insane with everything going on.
Yeah.
Do you see the Northern Lights?
Yeah,
The alleged Northern Lights.
right.
I didn't see, bro. I didn't see nothing, but I wasn't looking, so I can't really. My wife said something about it. I was like, oh, didn't
Yeah.
know.
Oh well.
I didn't see it either.
I grew up in Alaska.
Yeah,
seen
you
it
seen
my whole
seen
life.
it all the time, right?
Right.
Yeah. Like, what does one night matter? It doesn't matter to
Exactly.
me.
Exactly.
But I truly appreciate you guys, man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank
man,
you.
no doubt. Thank
Thank
you.
you. You are a
And go,
blessing.
and go check out Don's show, The Fighter's Voice, right?
The original fighter's voice
The
with Don
original Fighter's
McGuire.
Voice with
On
Don
YouTube?
McGuire. The link is in the description of this video. Yeah, it's on YouTube. I'll send you the link.
Okay.
And hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get our videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too bad. Start your own podcast.
That's right. And remember,
Don't be a bitch.